Fire it up, man. Do it.
It's fired up, man. A pleasant good morning. How are you, Mr. Case Handler? What's the word? How you been?
Oh, good. I couldn't hear you. I'm back on. How you doing, man? Good morning to you. Happy
Doing great,
Friday.
man.
The weekend is here. We made it another week.
We made it. By George, we made it. You know?
By George.
Yeah, and it's cartoons, man. I guess you were not a cartoon guy.
Not really. I liked hanging out with friends.
Yeah.
You were.
Well, anyway,
I was hanging out with my friends. You were sitting around watching cartoons. Okay, that's
right,
fine.
right. That's it. But it's Friday. Okay. And what do you call Fridays on the Case Handler show? Cruising with the Case
I
Handler?
don't know. Do we have a name for Fridays? I mean, we can call it Feel Good Fridays or Fat Wallet Fridays.
Yeah. Or Facts Fridays.
Yeah, or actually, it's Johnny Kemp Fridays because it just got paid. Can you cue up that song? I love that song, man. Just got paid because it makes me feel like every day is settlement day. Every day is testimonial Tuesday. Good morning, everybody. Enough with this BS. My name is Adam Handler. I'm an attorney, believe it or not. And this show is called Cruising with the Case Handler. Just a little bit during the week to let you know who I am, what I do, and how I do it. And like I said, I'm an attorney. I've been practicing over 17 years. I'm a third generation personal injury attorney. My family's been practicing personal injury in New York for nearly a century. That's right, since 1933. That's how long my family has been practicing law here in New York City. So it's a show just to kind of say hello. I'm here if you need me. I'm here if you don't. Again, it's about having the number saved, knowing where to find me when disaster strikes, because you cannot prepare for an accident. You can only prepare for your response. And what is your response going to be? Well, I certainly hope it's the same response that thousands of people before you have had. That's giving me a call saying, Mr. Handler, I need your help. I've been in an accident. And of course, this is notwithstanding your immigration status or who you are or what you're doing here and your age and your ethnicity. None of that makes a difference. You are entitled to money under the law if, God forbid, you ever hurt in an accident. And my job is to get you as much of that money as possible. Money for your time out of work, money for your medical bills, and of course, money for your pain and suffering.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the show is called Cruising with a Case Handler. You just heard from the case handler himself. His government, his real name is Adam Handler, and he's got his Yankee hat on. But make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen, he stands firm, just like the Yankees, always, all right? So if you get hurt in that accident, he will be there for you. Once again, the number is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. The part of the show that I love the most, ladies and gentlemen, when we do Cruising with a Case Handler, is the part with testimonies. So Adam Handler, if you can just log on to that beautiful website that Ruthie has put together, thecasehandler.com.
And Ruthie's back. So happy for that. So happy for that.
And Ruthie's back. Welcome back, my lady. You are a wonderful human being. And it's good to have you back on the team. So once again, make sure you check out that website. It's thecasehandler.com. And how many followers you at now, man? On Instagram.
Instagram, let's see here. I can log on. I'll tell you right now. And for those listening on 93.5 FM, thank you so very much. I love you to death. I appreciate you. But if you can go one step further and check me out on my social media platforms, I'm really proud of those, Instagram and Facebook, because I'm able to highlight through actual photographs and case reviews exactly what we do here at the firm, exactly what the case handler team does for you when you're in an accident. And I always say, don't take my word for it. Don't take Squeeze's word for it. Listen to what we say.
Yep.
But take the words of those who have come before you that never expected that they'd get into that terrible accident, never expected they'd be hurt on the job, never expected that they would get in a car accident, never expected that they'd be the victim of medical malpractice or nursing home negligence. But again, like we say, you know, bad things happen to good people, and take their word for it, because they were all turned upside down. And I certainly helped turn things around. So right now, my Instagram followers, we're a little over 7,500. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Facebook, we've got a couple of thousand. People are watching this live right now on Facebook, so I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I know that you're down with the Case Handler. So 93.5 FM listeners, again, if you can check out the Case Handler on Facebook or check out the Case Handler on Instagram, I would be very appreciative. But let's get to a true life success story. You know, it feels good for Friday. This is a case that we settled several years ago, but she always makes me smile when I look at her face, Angel, and Squeeze. $225,000 settlement. If you could read that quote for me.
Absolutely. Excellent lawyers. They will fight for the max and will help any and every way they can. If they cannot help you, they'll be upfront and tell you. The Case Handler team really are the best lawyers. I've experienced with other lawyers, so I know. Mr. Handler personally called my doctor, and even the doctor later told me that he's very impressive for an attorney to do. That's the type of lawyer he is. I always recommend everyone to Adam Handler's firm at Pollack, Isaac, and Misico. Angel from the Bronx, $225,000 just got paid. Mm-hmm. Angel got paid. You know, it's a beautiful thing, Adam Handler. I mean, that smile that I see on that face is priceless.
Yeah, it's great. And she was great. And then, you know, very important to talk about this case very quickly. You know, there was two settlements for the $225,000. Number one was the money that we got for her from the car that hit her. Now, this was a crazy accident. She's hit, she's pushed into into a wall. After her car is hit, her car is pushed into a wall. The guy leaves the scene of the accident, right? But leaves his car there.
What an asshole.
Gets out of the car and runs away. I mean, come on, man. I listen, if you're going to be stupid, don't be that stupid. Yeah, he left his car at the scene of the accident. So we got her $25,000, the full amount from the other vehicle. And then, of course, she had that supplemental insurance that we always talk about. You know, she was smart. She got that additional coverage. So she wasn't limited only by the other vehicle's insurance. If she didn't have that other coverage, Squeeze, she would have been maxed out at 25 grand. But she did have the supplemental insurance. We got her an extra $200,000. So almost 10 times more from her own insurance. That's how important that supplemental insurance is.
Can you explain that supplemental insurance?
Yeah.
So why it's important, and also the fact that it only costs a few more bucks.
Yeah, it's you'd be surprised. Maybe $100 a month, a year more, maybe a little bit more than that, but nothing. Cost of a dinner. And if you're driving a vehicle in the state of New York, the minimum requirement of insurance, meaning to legally drive your car on the streets, you need to have at least $25,000 of insurance. I mean, that's not even a lot of money these days, but when they made that law, it used to be 15. No, I'm sorry, it used to be 10. My dad was telling me 10 grand for the insurance. You can get in an accident, lose your leg. 10 grand is what you would get if somebody had the minimum. But now it's 25,000. I'm sure in the next couple of years, they're probably going to bump that up because 25,000 really doesn't go nearly as far as it used to. But you have $25,000 of liability coverage. Now you can also purchase additional coverage that will cover you and compensate you if you're hit by somebody that either doesn't have insurance or has the minimum insurance. So like I said, we were able to get $25,000 from the other car and then an additional $200,000 from her insurance. And she thought ahead. We recently actually had another case very similar. We'll be talking about it soon. That we got $25,000 from the other vehicle, and we just got an award of $240,000 in that supplemental insurance. So she really, really did well, thought ahead, paid for the coverage, and certainly happy that she did. And again, nobody ever plans to get in an accident. You don't buy insurance saying, hey, I'm going to get hit by another car that's going to smash me into a wall, and that guy's going to get out of his car and run away. Right? No, nobody ever expects that's going to happen. And that's why we keep saying you can't prepare for an accident, but you can cover yourself, right, by having adequate insurance, and prepare for your response by giving me a call. My name is Adam Handler. I am your case handler. Sorry, I kept this on the screen. And I'm here to help. You know, our phone number is 844-774-3529, 844-774-3529. Often imitated, never duplicated, right, Squeeze?
How could you ever be duplicated, man? You duplicated? No,
Oh, you're so nice.
absolutely not, man. You can never be duplicated. But everyone, before we conclude and end the show, one of the I love repeating the phone number, but I like asking everyone that's watching the show, everyone that's listening. I know some of you may not take this very seriously, but there's nothing worse than getting into an accident, you're completely disoriented, and then after you get out, you know, you get a little bit coherent. You'd like to find yourself that attorney. Like, what is that number? How do I find that number? Just remember the name, the case handler. Just Google that. All right. And hopefully you document everything that happens at the accident. If you cannot, you ask someone, if you are capable of asking them to document everything that happens at the scene of the accident.
That's a great point. That's a great point. And again, that's all about your response. Remember, we said what your response is going to be. I mean, taking photographs, calling the police, calling 911, seeking medical attention. Those are all things that certainly, obviously, will help you on an emergent basis, but certainly things that will help me in my job in getting you compensated as well.
Absolutely. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Adam Handler right here on, of course, 93.5 WVIP FM. It's Friday. We are saying to you, yes, have yourself a wonderful weekend. Please be safe. Please be careful. Accidents do happen, but we do have Adam Handler, your case handler. And yes, once again, I will address it. You will hear other attorneys on the station. You may hear other attorneys at the top of the hour, but there's only one case handler, only one. Only one man on this station has settled well over $130 million for his clients. Only one man on this radio station has been here for over 15 years, consistently helping out the community. And that is very special for every single one of you. And that's the reason why I say, please dial the number, let it ring for 15 seconds. That number is 844-774-3529. That's the number for your accident attorney, Adam Handler. 844-774-3529. We never wake up in the morning saying, hey, today is the day we're going to get into an accident. But God knows they do happen.
Yep, absolutely, man. Absolutely.
844-PPID-LAW. Doesn't matter how good a person you are, how bad a person you are, who you are, out of status, if you're Black, if you're white, if you're Asian, if you're Latino, whatever you are, accidents do happen. And once again, there's no prejudice, there's no bias when it comes to Adam Handler handling your case, regardless of your status, race, creed, color, religion, sexual orientation. You're a human being. You get into an accident, he's here to fight tooth and nail for you. The number, 844-774-3529. That's 844-PPID-LAW. 844-774-3529. Dial it, let it ring, and then say, hey, I'm storing the number. 844-PPID-LAW. Have yourself an amazing weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Take care and be good. And remember, the case handler. Check us out on Monday at 8.
It's 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.